This happened last October, when I was in my last year of high school. I usually took the late bus home because I stayed after school for club activities and my parents both worked full-time. That evening, they had texted me earlier saying they were going to buy groceries and pick up dinner, so they'd be home a little later than usual. It didn't seem like a big deal. I was used to being alone for an hour or two. I got home a little after 6:30 p.m. and the sky was already dim, that dull orange fading into grey. Our neighbourhood is quiet, mostly families, and nothing ever really happens there. When I unlocked the front door and stepped inside, the house felt completely still. I locked the door behind me out of habit and headed upstairs to my room. I changed out of my uniform and decided to finish the rest of my homework so I could relax for the rest of the night without worrying about it. Everything felt normal at first. I had my headphones on and was trying to focus when I thought I heard something downstairs. At first, I ignored it, assuming it was just background noise from outside. But then I paused my music and listened more carefully. It sounded like muffled talking, low and unclear, like two people whispering in another room. It didn't sound like the TV. It didn't sound like neighbors. It sounded like it was coming from inside the house. I told myself my parents must have come home earlier than they said, and maybe I just hadn't heard the car pull in. I walked downstairs slowly, calling out for my mum, expecting her to answer. But when I reached the living room, the lights were off. The kitchen was empty. There were no grocery bags on the counter. The front door was still locked, exactly the way I left it. I checked the back door and the windows, and everything was secured. The house was completely empty and silent. The talking had stopped. That's when I felt that cold, sinking feeling in my stomach. I stood there for a moment, trying to convince myself it was just the house settling, or my imagination playing tricks on me. I went back upstairs, but this time I locked my bedroom door. I put my headphones on again to block out any small sounds that might make my mind race. I texted my mum to ask how long they'd be. She'd reply right away. I tried to focus on my homework, but I couldn't shake the uneasy feeling. A few minutes later, the power suddenly went out. Everything went pitch black. The fan stopped, my music cut off, and the silence that followed felt heavy and unnatural. My heart started pounding as I fumbled around on my desk for my phone. Just as I grabbed it and was about to turn on the flashlight, I heard footsteps downstairs. They were slow and deliberate, heavy enough to make the floor creak. I froze, barely breathing. Then I heard a soft humming sound. It wasn't a tune I recognized, just a low, uneven hum, like someone passing the time. My phone vibrated in my hand, and I nearly screamed. It was my mum replying to my text. She said they were still at the store and would be home in about 20 minutes. I stared at the message, my mind racing, as the footsteps began moving toward the stairs. I could hear each step as whoever it was climbed slowly upward. The humming continued, calm and casual. When the footsteps reached the top of the stairs, they moved down the hallway toward my room. The humming stopped right outside my door. Then the doorknob slowly turned. It rattled once, gently at first, like someone testing it. Then it shook harder. I backed away, covering my mouth to keep from making a sound. The knob twisted again, more forcefully this time, but the lock held. After a few seconds that felt like forever, it stopped completely. No footsteps, no humming, just silence. Then headlights flashed through my window, and I heard a car pull into the driveway. Doors slammed, and I heard my parents' voices downstairs as they unlocked the front door. The moment I heard them call my name, the tension in my body broke. I unlocked my door and ran downstairs, telling them everything between tears. They searched the entire house, checking every room, every closet, even the basement. Nothing was out of place. All the doors and windows were still locked from the inside. They told me it must have been stress or my imagination. Maybe the power cutting out making everything seem worse than it was. But later that night, after the lights came back on, I noticed something that made my stomach drop all over again. Around my doorknob were faint scratch marks in the wood, fresh enough that the surface looked splintered. I know those marks weren't there before. And the next day, when my dad called the power company to ask about the outage, they told him there hadn't been any reported blackout in our area that night.